What's up YouTube? For today's video with a full Metronome team. Now the last time I did a Metronome team was nearly 2 years ago, like not last Christmas, the Christmas before that. Well, it's close to 2 years. Anyway, there's only 6 Pokemon in BDSP that are fully evolved to get Metronome, so I thought I'd use them and put them on a team. I had a lot of good battles with this team, but these are probably the 2 that stood out the most. If you want to check me out on Twitch, people, that's where I do all my live streams. Links in the description on the video. Now, if you do enjoy my videos, people, make sure you leave a like and a comment, otherwise you probably won't see them as much in your feed. That's how YouTube works these days, so make sure you drop a like and a comment on the video as well. I know there's a lot of people who tend to see my videos here and there, so please do that, and it does help me out a lot as well. Okay, let's get into the first battle. This one was on the, I nearly said the Wycom, this is on the Onion Room on the BDSP. So we got to battle this against Ferrari Boy, and we got a Gobble lead, which is a Gibble. Now, since I only had Metronome, right, the levels of the opposing Pokemon actually weren't all that different to versing someone that had a level 50. Well, usually I get my butt kicked a little bit faster, but in this case, you never know what was going to happen. So we had this Gibble. It was a very, very low Gibble, and it's going to have Sand Tomb. I'm going to get Metronome Iron Head, and that's going to be able to take it out in one shot. Level 19, I was close. So level 19 Gibble. Now that's going to have a little bit of rough skin there. The skin's pretty rough on my Granbull, and that's the first Pokemon that's down to me. Now on this team, I only had Metronome on my Pokemon, but I did have one Troll Surprise set, as I'll get to in a little bit. So out comes Jirachi. It outsped my Granbull. Only up here now, right? And it wasn't even level 50. Damn, they're stacking that Choice Scarf Confusion Serene Grace, you know what I'm saying? So go for a Metronome here on the Jirachi. I get Reversal, which is going to hit pretty hard against Jirachi. And I thought, okay, this is probably going to take it out, right? And it took it like a lot better than what I thought. Now it's going to continue to go for Confusion here. I think it is Choice Scarf. And I'm going to snap out of Confusion. Serene Grace Confusion, like that is meta. You got to try it out one time. So I'm going to go for Metronome Taunt. Now the EV spread, I know you guys are absolutely just frothing for these EVs. I've got max health and max attack on this Granbull, and yeah, that's all the only Pokemon I've used so far. I'll tell you the others as the battle goes on. So Granbull's going to go for a disarming voice. It stabbed. Like, I'm going to give Jirachi a little kiss there. I think it landed on the cheek, and it did 2 damage, so that's pretty good too. Now Jirachi is actually going to probably be able to beat my Granbull if I don't pull something out of the hat right now. So here it comes, my last move here, and I get a Electro Ball. So Jirachi actually outspeeds me, so yeah, it's going to do no damage. Now, Jirachi's going to go for another Confusion here, and it's going to beat me. I'm getting swept by a Jirachi. It's not even level 50 here right now. So we've had Gobble the Gibble and Jirachi. Now, the next Pokemon to swap in is going to be Tokus, right? I have to take Jirachi out, otherwise I'm going to get roasted so hard in the comment section, like, that I got swept by Confusion. I pop out a Horn Drill! How's that for a comeback, people? Tokus and Horn Drill, and it lands, and that is the end of Jirachi. Man, I had to bring out the big guns, people. Sometimes you got to do that, right? Only up here to shut. So the next Pokemon I come out is going to be Mew. I'm actually not very amused, because I was wondering if this had Metronome as well. So go for Sludge here on the Mew. Now, it does have a Synchronize ability, and I was hoping it didn't get poisoned, and it didn't. Mew's going to go for a pound, and it hits me all round. I'm going to go for another Metronome here, hoping I can take out this Mew, right? I got Willow Miss, but it did Willow Miss, and it didn't burn me, so that was really, really good. Now, Mew's going to get a couple of solid hits in there with the pound, and all I can do is just hope that I get some sort of decent, like, special attacking move. So go for Super Fang here. Super Fang's going to do half the amount of health that Mew's got left, so Mew is, it's still around. It's going for pound here. I think it's only like a low level. It's probably the gift one. Looking at their team, it's probably the gift Jirachi and the gift Mew, right? So I'm going to get Scummy Water. Look how scummy it looks, and that's going to be able to take out the Mew, giving me a nice juicy early lead. So we've taken out Gopple, Jirachi, and a Mew. So that's half the team down. Now this was scary. Out comes level 39 Manaphy. I'm quite scared at the moment. Going for Metronome, shaking my little finger, and I'm going to get Quick Attack. That's awesome. Now my ability was, this actually was a hustle set. I'm not joking. It was a hustle set. Manaphy's popped the Tail Glow. Oh my goodness. So I need to make sure I do some damage to this, like, really, really fast. Now the EV spread on this is max speed and max attack. I'll pop the Spatial Ren with Adamant Nature. It's going to drop hard, right? Here it comes. Here it comes. It didn't even take it out. So Manaphy eats that like a snack. Now Manaphy, right, they got some confidence right there. They're going to go for 2 Tail Glows. So 2 Tail Glows in a row. It's got +6 in attack. I hope I hope I can take this out too. So Tokus is going to go for a bouncer. So I'm wondering what move Manaphy would use. Like, what move would it use? And guess what? It's gone for a bubble beam. It's going to try and make me eat its bubbles. So I went for the bounce. It's missed. And now Manaphy's going to go for a bubble beam here. It landed. And I can tell you what, that did a lot of damage. Like, it's a 2-hit KO. I'm actually kind of scared, right? This is a threat. I'm not joking. So go for another Metronome here. I plant my roots. Sometimes you got to have a root. And anyway, I'm going to plant those little roots there. And it's going to give me some health back, right? But the bad thing is, I don't have enough health to live the next bubble beam. And Manaphy's going to drop my Tokus where it stands. Wait, it's not standing. It's floating, but you get the idea. So I've got Gramble and Tokus fainted. I thought, well, I'm going to have to go and take a Fable here. Like, this is my bulky set. Manaphy outspeeds me, and it's going to hit me with a bubble beam. Man, that is a 3-hit KO. I'm running a max health, max defense set. It's max health, max defense. So go for the Metro and getting a Shadow Claw there. Manaphy is still outspending me, firing off those bubble beams there. I have to end this Manaphy now, otherwise I'm going to get destroyed in the comments, and I'm going to have to do a salty rage quit. So go for the Mac Punch here, coming off the Fable Thumping attack. I didn't even take it out. And now Manaphy goes for it. Was that a disrespect Whirlpool? Wow, that's actually kind of cruel. So they've got Tail Glow, Bubble Beam, and Whirlpool. Man, this set is crazy. So swapping them Blissey, it's like, when on your Pimpnite channel, do you need to swap into Blissey because you're getting threatened by a level 39 Manaphy? So go for the Metronome, and I got Wing Attack, and Wing Attack actually takes Manaphy out. I thought it was going to live. So finally, the threat has been neutralized. There's only 2 more Pokemon left. Now, the next Pokemon we got is nearly called a Torterra, then the Grottle. I don't know what it's called Suitcase for. Doesn't really resemble a suitcase. So anyway, we're going to go for a curse here, Metronome Curse. You know, Blissey's got a pretty big attack stat there, so we might as well, boost it up a little bit. So I was wondering what, wait, suitcase, are they referring to going for the starters in this? Oh, the Suitcase Simulator, maybe? Is it a roast towards the people that soft resetted for the shiny starters? I think it might be. That's the only, it doesn't look like a suit. Well, let's put it this way. My suitcase doesn't have weeds growing out of it. Anyway, we'll just leave that conversation there. Back to the battle. So we got a Razor Leafing Grottle here, and it's doing some pretty good damage when you think about it. So Metronome is my only option. If I can hit it with a special move, it's going to be great. Now I got Haze. I'm like, okay, well that's going to get rid of all the stat changes. Now the Grottle's going to keep going for Razor Leaf. I guess that's their strongest move at this level. I'm trying to think what other moves will go. Yeah, I think that's the strongest move. And now my Blissey's going to go for a Play Nice. I don't want to play nice. I want it to play rough, if you know what I mean. Actually, play rough probably wouldn't even take this out because of Blissey's attack. So it's going to go for another Razor Leaf here. I'm waiting to get critted by this thing. And Blissey's going to go for another Metronome. I got to get around this. The thing about this Blissey, right, it likes to fire off Draco Meteors, but like really, like the thing about Blissey is unless you get a special attack, it doesn't really do too much. I can't believe it actually lived that. The Suitcase managed to live the Draco Meteor. Damn, this guy's been EV trading on the special side. So anyway, Razor Leaf hits me for the 100th time, and Blissey's going to go for Ancient Powers. Like, oh, please, get me a boost. This would be great. So going, throwing some rocks at the Suitcase, and that is enough to take it out. I thought it might live. So bye-bye, Grottle. So now there's only one Pokemon left. This was the only Pokemon that really scared me. It was the Dialga, right? Now, Dialga is actually level 50. I think this is the only Pokemon they have. They're going to go for a Roar of Time, and it definitely misses, which is very, very unfortunate for them, because I'm going to be able to get a Feather Dance off, which changes the whole battle, right? So Bliss is going to go for a Feather Dance there, dropping Dialga's attack, which changes everything. Now, watch this, right? Watch this. Dialga goes for a Roar of Time and misses again. I'm like, okay, great. This is very, very nice. I don't know whether it will take him out, right? I get Feather Dance 2 times in a row. You wouldn't read about it, right? So I'm going to dance to the feather. It's like you're at night, you're sleeping in bed, you're having a good sleep, you rustle the feathers up in your pillow and, go back down. That's what happens. So anyway, back to the battle. We got Dialga go for a Roar of Time here. It doesn't take Blissey out, but it does a pretty decent chunk of damage. Now, Blissey's going to wiggle its little finger, and it's going to go for Hex. So that would have been good if I had a status there, but, any damage is better than nothing, right, against Dialga. Now, actually, Steel types are quite a good type, diverse and Metronome Pokemon, because they resist a lot of things. So I was a little bit worried. I was like, man, can I take out the Rolex watch or not? It's actually a pretty good name, because I get it, because time and Rolex, like, it's yeah, that you watch tells the time, right? If you knew that already, right, you're very smart. So going back to what's happening right now, we got the Dialga recovering with the grassy terrain. Same with my Blissey. I wonder if I can live another Roar of Time here. They're going to go for a Roar of Time. They're just spamming Roar of They're spamming Roar of Time. And Blissey is going to go down. Things are looking pretty dicey right now, I'm not going to lie. I've got 2 more Pokeball left. So we've got Snorlax. Wait, I know, this is my last. I forgot to tell you, I didn't bring my Mew in this battle. That's my other one. Like, I was so salty. I'm like, man, all I've got left is Snorlax right now. Only up here on channel. So go for the Metronome here on the Dialga, and I get Thunder from down under because I live in Australia, you know what I'm saying? So go for the Thunder, hoping I can get a paralysis on the Dialga, right? It doesn't do any damage, and it's going to be... it pretty much heals it a lot from the grassy terrain. Now, Dialga's going to go for a Roar of Time, and I'm like, man, I don't know how well I'm going to, like, take this one. And it does over half my health. I have to be able to take it out soon, right? So go for a Mystical Fire. I'm like, ooh, this is very mystical. But the thing about Mystical Fire, it does drop the opponent's special attacks. I'm like, actually, I might be able to live a Roar of Time really badly. So Dialga's going to get some more health back, and Snorlax is going to get some more health back as well because we're both grounded. So I know that I can live one more Roar of Time. They're going to recharge this turn, so I've got one more. Maybe a healing move would be great. And I got Infestation. I'm like, okay, that's actually not all that bad because that's damage at the end of every single turn. But it's not a lot of damage, though. It's going to take a long while. So at this point, I'm thinking, well, Infestation is pretty much useless, right? So they're getting some more healing back on my Snorlax. Things are looking pretty bad at the moment. Dialga's going to take some more Infestation damage. So I need this grassy terrain, but I need it to go away at the same time. So it's going to go away here. Dialga's going to go for an Ice Beam. I think they've run out of Roar of Times. I think that was their 5th Roar of Time. I actually am running Thick Fat on this. I was about to run like Gluttony or Immunity, but I decided to go for the Thick Fat, and I'm very, very glad that I did, right? Because Ice Beam is not going to do much damage at all, unless I get Freeze Sacks, right? That's the only thing I'm kind of worried about at the moment. So now we got another Ice Beam here from the Dialga. It's not doing a lot of damage. So I've got Thick Fat, and I've dropped their special attack by 1 stage, hoping I can get some sort of damage here. So go for the Sand Attack on the Dialga from the Snorlax, only on pretty much right? And we got that evasion happening. So maybe we might be able to dodge a couple of moves, dodge a little Freeze Sacks. Now the Infestation is actually starting to work pretty well for me here. I'm getting close to half health. And the Ice Beam is going to miss due to the Sand Attack I did earlier on. Now Snorlax is going to wiggle its little finger, and it gets Nightshade. That's very, very good, because that's a fixed amount of damage on the Dialga. And Dialga's starting to get pretty close to, actually fading. Now, I've got to confess to you, I had another move on my Snorlax apart from Metronome, and it was Fling, and it was Burn Heal. Now, the reason I gave it that is in case it actually got Metronome and Fling, and then I could fling my Burn Heal, right? But since I couldn't help myself here, people, we had 3 minutes of the battle left, I was like, you know what? It's my only choice here, right? If I go for the Fling, like actually fling this Burn Heal, I might be able to take it out, right? So I went for the Fling. Fling Burn Heal was a really, really weak move too. So now we got the Dialga going for the Ice Beam here. I know it's a Metro battle. I really just couldn't help myself. So I went for the Fling. I flung the Burn Heal at the Dialga, right? And as soon as it hit 0 health, right? They actually clocked down a Baby Bowl, and I can't believe it actually killed too, because I thought it might actually not faint it. And that's the first game. Man, they were salty. I think it's after they seen the Burn Heal, like the Fling and the Burn Heal, they were like, just nope, that switch went out the window 1,000% there. If this video doesn't deserve a like, I don't know what does. Let's get on to battle number 2. Holy smokes there. So we're going to battle this one against Austin, and we got a doubles battle today with the Metronome battle team. I feel fairly confident I would have won that battle, but just the fact, like, it was... I'm going to put it this way, Fuji. Someone's leaning over, right? And, you're going to kick them up the butt, right? You only get that chance, once in a blue moon, and that was the chance that I went for right there. That was the best analogy I could come up with a spot. So anyway, let's get back to what's going on here. We got a Snorlax and a Blissey versus a Mew and a Mew. They've got a full team of 6 Mews. Now, in this battle, with 2 people using Metronome at the same time, you absolutely have to do a doubles battle, because the timer, 20-minute timer, right? Like, you get through a couple of turns and stuff, like maybe a couple of Pokemon, but you'll just never be able to complete the battle unless everyone uses Explosion. That's about it. So I'm going to use Worry Seed of that Mew. It's very worried, and we're going to get rid of that Synchronize and give it Insomnia. Now, there's some really, really funny things that happened in this battle, and it was quite interesting when you compare it to the first battle, right? So, Mew's a very bulky... Actually, when you look at the Metronome Pokemon, they are very, very bulky, like most of them are, so these battles went for ages. Now, Mew's got some pretty good offense. The rules we had on this too, we could have EVs and whatever we wanted, and we're allowed to have whatever items we wanted too. I forgot to tell you what my EV spreads were for the other ones. I pretty much gave all of them Leopard Berry, except for Snorlax with Fling and Burn Hill. I couldn't help myself, people. I had to have that Fling and Burn Hill. It would have been funny, though, if I got Metronome and Fling, but that would have been very, very lucky. Like, that's why I did it for, because it's so little amount of health. So we got the Mew using Conversion 2, turning it into a Dark type, which has actually changed their move on the battle. So we got Leech Life on the Snorlax, and Snorlax is a sleeper though. Actually, both of my Pokemon were sleeping. One was Yawn, and I think the other one was Rest, which is quite funny. So Snorlax is going to go for another Metronome here, and it's going to go for Air Cutter. Now, Air Cutter is quite a move in doubles, right, because it hits both opponents. Coming off Snorlax's dodgy special attack, it really didn't do a lot of damage, but that's okay. One of the best moves you can get in a Metronome battle when you're bursting someone else's Metronome Pokemon is Imprison, right? Because let me explain what Imprison does. If you both share a move, you actually aren't able to use that move ever again until you swap out. Say you only have Metronome, that would mean you automatically struggle. So that's almost a game change there if you get that move. Another really good one too is like Toxic Spikes or an Entry Hazard, you know, or Poison Gas, one of those moves. So we went for a smackdown on that Mew. They look pretty funny. Smack that Mew down. And Snorlax is going to be going... Snorlax went last most of the time. He's a pretty slow boy. And I got Feather Dance again. Got to feather those cushions up, people. You know what I mean? And I got a blanket, right? It's just off topic with about feathers and stuff. I got like a small blanket, and it's got like I think it's called Down. It's like duck in there. Man, it's the warmest blanket I've ever had in my life. I've had it for like, man, probably 15 years. Like, I can't believe it's lasted that long. Anyway, back to the battle. Just a little bit of education there on the best blanket materials and stuff. So we got the Mew go for a Leech Seed. Another great thing in Metronome doubles is Leech Seed, because not only does it make the battle go for 69 years, it gives you a lot of health back. So we had Wrap, and we had Leech Seed all at the same time. Man, that was pretty cool. Aura Sphere. Wait, yeah, it got turned into a Dark type, and then I hit it with Aura Sphere, which was super effective, which is really cool. We got Aquaring, so look at all the recovery that's going on at the moment. I just wanted to show you how long this turn went for. So we had Snorlax of Aquaring, and then we had the Leech Seed on the opposing Mew on the other side, and then we had I'm pretty sure we had a Wrapping opponent too, yeah. Whirlpool was on the Blissey, so that's another thing, and then we had Wrap on Snorlax. That's like 4 things this turn. I'm not joking. That turn went for, after I did spin out, it went for quite an amount of time there. So Mew's going to go for a Super Power. That's actually a really good attack because it's super effective against both the Snorlax and the Blissey. Blissey takes a really, really big hit there. So any physical moves are going to dominate the Blissey. Now, this matchup between them two Mews, the Snorlax and the Blissey, went for quite a while. Oh, we got Vice Grip, not a move you get to see very often. I think I did that in my Kingler G-Max sweep. I actually did that move, and someone as soon as I did it, we got a salty rage feed. So anyway, Blissey's going to hide inside a little clam there. It's going to boost its defense. It's actually quite good on Blissey. Its defenses are really bad, but its health is really good. So now we got the Psy Strike, and I went for the Mew that turned into a Dark type, which is really funny. So we had 2 moves. One worked against it, super effective, and then the other moves didn't work against it, which is quite interesting. But another cool thing about Metronome too, especially in Sword and Shield, we can get it as a TR, and it was accessible to a lot more Pokemon too. Speaking of Sword and Shield battles, I will be coming back to them next week onwards too. So we're having a mix of Sword and Shield and BDSP battles too. I've been holding out for the Pokemon Home update to no avail at the moment. But yeah, just sort of update you on that. So we got another move here. Great doubles move is Razor Leaf. Razor Leaf has a chance of crit my Snorlax, and it hits both opponents too. I actually did a Katana sweep with Razor Leaf, which is pretty cool, with Beast Boost. So we're going to go for the sweets in here. It's like some super I'm not sure the style of music there. It's like maybe Arabian sort of music. It's hard to know, but it definitely sounds, you know, when they when you've got like a sleeping snake, right? And they play that tune to like wake the snake up or whatever it was. But that's like the tune. I'm not sure what it is. Anyway, someone on the comment section. So finally, Snorlax gets exploded. No, Blissey gets exploded. No, Snorlax gets explosion. And everyone just went boom. Like my Blissey went boom. My Snorlax went boom. The opposing Mew, that went boom. But I think one of the Mews actually managed to withstand it, and I wasn't very amused. Now, the next Pokemon, well, it's going to be a Mew here, and I've got my Togekiss, and what was the other one? I think, no, it was my Mew too, so finally I got to use my Mew in this battle. Now, we're about halfway through the doubles battle at the moment, getting towards the 10-minute mark, and we got a Power Gem there coming from the opposing Mew. That would have been really good going for my Togekiss, because it was a crit too. The other Mew on the other side is going to outspeed both. This could have been a speed tie in all of them. Mew with Brave Bird, that's interesting. So I'm not really sure my opponent ran as items or stuff like that, whether they had like different items or they just had leopard berries, I don't really know. Or what their EVs were, I've got no idea. And we had a Sheer Colt and it missed. I was like, oh, that would have been great. So we had one-hit KO move there, but it slid on by. Now we got Psystrike, Mew using Psystrike, which is crazy. If only that was another Pokemon than Mew, that would have been like super good. But he managed to take it out anyway, so that's just sort of going to even the score up. So we got the Snorlax and Blissey fainted, and 2 of the 6 Mews have been fainted as well. Now, Mew's going to be going for yet another Metronome here, and it's going to get Sacred Fire. Now, Sacred Fire has a chance of burning, like a 50% chance, like whopping like that. It didn't burn me, though, which is very, very lucky, because I would have been going down the next turn. Another good move is Super Fang 2. That does fixed damage, and that's going to be going for my Togekiss, and it landed, too. Very, very nice move to go for there when you're playing with Metronome, right? Now, I got Bind. So, Bind is another move that's going to take a... Actually, that's the second Bind. Wait. It was either Bind or Wrap. No, it was Bind because Wrap's the purple. It looks like a purple Ekans getting, wrapped around you. And Bind just looks like little yellow and brown rings, right? I think that was me. Yeah, that was... no, that wasn't me. Look, that was Laser Focus. That was Laser Focus. So, the next move that's used by that Mew will crit, or the Togekiss will 100% crit. And then we got a little wiggle on the other side of the field. A little pink hand is going to go for an explosion. Second explosion in this battle here. And that wipes out my Mew and my Togekiss and the other Mew. Man, it's been crazy. Like, explosion is such a big move in Metronome battles. It just wipes everything, including the user. So once again, we had another Mew just survive that. It's the only one on the field here, which is pretty interesting. And it's going to go for Uproar. So Uproar's not going to hit anything. It would have been fun if that went for a self-destruct or something like that. Now we've got 3 Mews left, and I've got 2 more Pokemon. It's going to be Clefable and Granbull. I got to be real with you. It's not looking too hot, people. I've got to, face these bulky Mews. Now this is pretty interesting, right? So Mew's going to go for a Headbutt. And, Headbutt's got a 30% chance to actually flinch here. So I was hoping I didn't get flinched. So that'd be really bad. I would have wasted my turn. Second Mew's going to go. It's going to use Work Up. Work Up's actually quite a good move in Metronome 2 because you boost your attack and your special attack. And there's a lot of good moves. And that means you can actually do some damage with any style of move, whether it be special or physical. Now, my next Pokemon's going to be Clefable. It's going to go for a Wish. That's not a bad move there either. That's going to heal up Clefable if it does take any bad damage the next turn. Quite handy. Last Pokemon to go is going to be my really, really slow Granbull, and I'm going to get Grudge. Now, Grudge is an interesting move. Say, let's do a hypothetical here. Let's say the Mew took me out next turn and fainted me. That would have depleted all the PP of the move that did it, which would have only been the Metronome of the Mew. That would have been very, very interesting if that happened. So the opposing Mew is going to go for a Minimize. It's disgusting. I'd never use that move in my life. And anyway, the other Mew is going to go for a Metronome. It's going to get Metal Burst, and that's going to fail too. That's sort of like counter a Miracle, but it doesn't have the negative priority. So now we're going to go for Tickle My Pickle, and that's going to aim for the opposing Mew, dropping its attack and defense by 1 stage. So if I can hit that with a decent physical move, maybe from Granbull, that'll do a fair bit of damage. Now, Granbull's going to go for a Struggle Bug there that drops his special attack, hits both of them, and drops the special attack by both 1 stage on each of them. So that's not a bad move to use in doubles either. The good thing about this, you get to use and see some other moves that you probably wouldn't actually ever get to see. So now we got the low kick coming from the Mew. It's going to go for my Granbull. That's good. At least I'm a fairy type, not only a normal type. That would have been annoying. Would have done a lot more damage. And now the other Mew is going to go for a Confuse Ray. So those little chickens are going to be flying right around my Granbull's head here. Once again, I'm still sort of at a definite disadvantage in numbers there's still another Mew in the back here too. So Clefable's going to go for a Blaze Kick, 420 Blaze there, and it's going to land on the other Mew. It does pretty good damage, and I got a burn too. I was like, wow, that's super lucky. Synchronize is going to kick in, and Clefable, wait, this Clefable, I think it's a Magic Guard set. Yeah, it's a Magic Guard set, so it's not going to matter, which is pretty cool. So now Granbull's going to go for another Metronome here. It's going to go for Poison Tail. Unfortunately, that misses. That would have done some good damage and has a decent chance of poisoning. Poison Tail's got a 50% chance of poisoning. Now what they're going to do, this was pretty funny. They swapped their Mew out here and swapped in another one. It's like, okay, fair enough, fair enough. And now their other Mew went for a Lunar Dance, and Lunar Dance automatically KOs their own Pokemon, which is, like, you wouldn't read about it, right? So Mew goes down, faints itself. Remember how they swapped out a Mew before? It did have some damage taken to it too. So we'll get to see that in a second, which is really, really funny. So now I'm going to get Meteor Match, like, damn, that's pretty good. And it lands on the Mew, hoping for an attack rise. It never happened. I'm going to snap out of confusion with the Grand Ball here, hoping for a big physical move here, and I get Metal Sounds. Like, okay, that's not all that bad. Metal Sounds is a very good status move because it drops the opponent's special defense by 2 stages. So it's going to be very vulnerable to a, or more vulnerable to a special attack. So watch this, right? Remember the Lunar Dance from before on? That heals that Mew up all the way to full health, which is, I mean, that was just funny how that worked out, right? Like, obviously they didn't know they were going to get Lunar Dance, so it was very, very interesting. So we're down to a 2v2. We got a Mew that uses Sucker Punch on this side here. Then guess what? The other Mew uses Sucker Punch as well. Wow, what are the chances of that? It's crazy, crazy chances. I think that's the luckiest moment in the battle so far. Anyway, we're going to wiggle our finger, wiggle our finger, and get that rain going. So any water-type moves are going to be really, really good. Like, something like Origin Pulse would be like Fire or Surf, like anything like that, or Hydro Pump. And now I'm going to get Drill Run on my Granbull, which wasn't bad right there. And I do some pretty good damage to the opposing Mew. I'm happy with that. So, the battle's really, really evened up here. Mew's going to be going for a Surf. I'm like, oh, what? That's going to take advantage of everything. Like, watch this, right? It hits hard, but it dropped the opposing partner Mew, right? It was a crit. It critted the partner Mew. That's just so funny because, like, if that wasn't a crit, that definitely would have lived. So now we're down to a 2v1. The tables have turned here, people, and I'm going to go for a Mud Slap. Obviously, it's going to avoid that. Granbull's going to go for another Metronome here, hoping for any sort of powerful physical attack, and I get Defogged. So, like, okay, I guess that's better than nothing, right? That's going to drop the Mew's evasiveness. That's all right. So at least there won't be any, like, scummy misses. Well, hopefully not. Now, Mew's going to go for a Gust, trying to blow me away here, and I feel like Gust should hit both opponents, you know what I mean? Like, it is it's like a gust of wind or whatever. Now we got the Clefable going for a Leaf Storm. Clefable's special attack isn't all that bad, so it does some nice damage. The only thing now is it's dropped its special attack, so any other special attacking moves are going to do nothing, Now, Granbull's going to go for a Nuzzle here. Now, Nuzzle is going to paralyze that Mew, which is going to be quite handy, giving me a little bit of speed control because both of my Pokemon are quite slow. The only bad thing, it's got the Synchronize, so it's going to kick in and paralyze the Granbull at the same time. So it's, wait, did I just still get, I still got outspit even though I was paralyzed. Only up in right sharp. So it's going to go for a Confusion. Almost takes out my Granbull right there. Clefable is going to be going for a Petal Dance here. So it got 2 grass moves there, which is pretty funny. And that did pretty much nothing, which is okay. Now Granbull is going to probably go for its final attack before it faints. And it's popped a Defog. It's another Defog. I'm like, what? So Defog number 2. Hopefully Mew doesn't attack my Granbull here. Now, we got 3 minutes of the battle left. Mew is going to get paralyzed. I don't think they're going to be very amused about that. And now Clefable is going to go for another Petal Dance because it's still locked into that. Now I'm going to be confused because my 2 to 3 turns, or you can go for 2 to 3 turns. It's only went for 2 turns there. Granbull is going to pull a takedown right out of its butt, and that is going to be enough to take out the opposing Mew. And that, my friends, is the second doubles battle, Metronome only. Hope you really enjoyed it. I'll be back with some more videos tomorrow. Drop a like on the video. Hope you enjoyed it, people. See you next time. Peace.